What's going on, everyone? So, about a week ago now, the Los Angeles Lakers had signed Blake Hinson out of Pittsburgh to a two-way contract. Henson shot 42.1% from three-point range at Pittsburgh. Well, the Lakers yesterday actually signed him to a two-year deal, two-way contract. The Los Angeles Lakers signed rookie Blake Hinson to a two-year, two-way contract, league sources told Hoops Hype. Blake Hinson had averaged 18.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 42% from three-point range. 6'8" forward, is one of the best shooters in the draft, shot 44% on guarded 3 field goal attempts, and led the nation in guarded catch-and-shoot field goal points. So Blake Hinson, I made a video on, really going in depth with him. So definitely check out that video. But I do want to touch on some of the things here in this video. He's a guy that I am very excited for, right? So they signed the two-way guys. He's the guy that I think is a ready now guy. He's a guy that I think could come in and immediately make an impact for the Lakers. I wouldn't be shocked, depending on how this roster shapes up, assuming the Lakers make some type of moves, some type of trades. I wouldn't be shocked if he actually gets some real run and some real burn on the roster. Again, he's 6'8", can basically play 2 through 4 for you. He's got good size, he's got good strength, good physicality. When he's making his way to the basket, he is an absolute wrecking ball down there and can bang with the big boys. Right? This is a guy that's not afraid of contact. Yes, he's very highlighted by his three-point shooting. He's a guy that, everyone points to how good he was at shooting the three ball, which again, led the nation. Shot 42% from three. He's excellent on contested attempts as well as wide open attempts catch and shoot, which playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, that is very valuable. All the attention that they draw, all the attention that they bring, to have a guy like Blake that can knock down the shot, and even if somebody runs out to contest, it's not going to bother him. It's not going to get in his way. But to me, he's a guy that's much more versatile in that regard. This is a guy that I understand people look and they go, oh, well, he was undrafted, so how good could he be? He's undrafted because he's 24 years old. If he was 22, he probably would have been a top 10 pick, right? But the fact that he's 24, I mean, I've seen people throw out what's a 2-year difference? 2 years is the difference between you being a just role player and potentially a star, right? Like a lot can, look at some of the play, like SGA, Jalen Brunson is probably a better example. Like 2 years ago, Jalen Brunson was nowhere near the guy or perceived to be the guy that he is now. Right? 2 years is a lot. And that's 2 years less of growth and development and NBA just understanding and kind of fit and stuff. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. So this is a guy that absolutely, in this draft that we just had, probably would have been top 10. But the way people look at it is like, he's 24 years old. What's his upside? What's his potential? He's probably nothing. Like, this is a guy that's probably never going to be a star. He's never going to be like a superstar. He's probably going to be like a Buddy Hield, like a bigger Buddy Hield in this league at best case, right? Guy that can knock down the three ball, but he has just better size, better strength, better physicality, and probably will be a better defensive player. So this is a guy that, again, I do think could actually be a part of the roster. I don't necessarily know if he'll get a ton of burn on the roster this year. I wouldn't be shocked. So the Lakers are trying to get a legit two-way wing. That's all the talk as far as the trade front goes. They are trying to, land a Jeremy Grant, Cam Johnson, like these guys. And they're going to have to ship out a Rui Hachimura, potentially even a Jared Vanderbilt. So there may be some real wing depth that is necessary. And so you may see guys like Maxwell Lewis and, Blake Hinson actually get some level of run. I don't think that he's going to play, 30 minutes a game or anything like that. But could he on occasion play, 10, 15 minutes here and there? I think he will spend at least this upcoming season majority in the G League. But you have guys, right, like Dalton Connect that could slide to 3, play the 2. getting a guy like a Blake Hinson gives you another one of those type of players. Now, I do think Connect is better, right? I do think he's just more crafty. He's better overall scorer, athletic, all of those things, right? But this is a guy that I do think with him and Connect, you now would have these two kind of, you're basically a sizable 3 in Henson and a sizable 2, because again, he's very like, Connect is big for a 2 guard, but you could slot them both and have them potentially be your backup 2 and backup 3 if necessary. Again, you don't want to put too much trust into a rookie this year, but I'm saying as soon as next year, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up making the roster. Now, we're approaching Summer League here, so obviously with Summer League, you're going to get to see Henson, you're going to get to see Maxwell Lewis, you're going to get to see a lot of these guys and kind of perform. I'm curious to see how much do they actually display Blake Hinson, not because anything particular with him, but Maxwell Lewis in particular is a guy that is actually, had a contract, not a two-way, is on a contract. And then you have, Colin Castleton, all these, not that he plays the center, but you got these guys that the Lakers are trying to really highlight and get a good look at. So I do think that some of these guys that the Lakers actually want to bring in potentially for the roster, I think those guys are really going to get, sort of priority over where they or how much they play, right? So if it's him or Maxwell Lewis, chances are it's going to be Maxwell Lewis every time, because they're probably going to want to bring Maxwell Lewis. Now, I'm not saying that Blake Hinson isn't going to get any run or any burn. I'm just saying, like, will he play 20 minutes a game or will he play 10 minutes a game is where it'll be interesting. But this is a guy that I think whether he plays 10 minutes or he plays 20, I think you're really going to be like, oh, wow, he's nice. He's real nice. Because this is a guy that, again, like, I really thought the Lakers did a good job of getting the upside pieces, right? You have Bronny James, as well as Armel Traore. Armel Traore is the other two-way guy that I think is the gem, right? I think he's the guy that has a ton of upside and potential. He's also like 4 years younger, but he's also a development guy. So you got their two young, rising development guys that they can work with, grow, and develop. Then they got the two guys that have the potential to help now, and Dalton Connect, as well as Blake Hinson. So I think that the Lakers really did a nice job with the draft at just kind of making sure that they get the upside pieces as well as the pieces that can, potentially in the next year or two really, really kind of carve out a role. Connect, I actually think, will be probably featured quite often, and maybe even with like real regularity on the Lakers roster, where Blake Hinson, I think that he'll probably spend a majority of the time with the G League. However, I do think they'll call him up on numerous occasions. I think I wouldn't be shocked if he is shooting and playing so well that they're like, we might have to let him play, right? We might have to let him get some run. And again, it's how the roster shapes up. Because if the Lakers were to let's say trade for Jeremy Grant, but they're able to keep Jared Vanderbilt, well, then you're probably going to have, Jeremy Grant start at 3 with Vando as his backup at the 2, and then they'll probably bring in like a Maxwell Lewis or something, or they'll play like Connect or Max Christie as like that 3rd. So again, Blake Hinson potentially might not actually be on the roster, but if they end up trading Jared Vanderbilt and they end up trading Rui Hachimura, and let's say that they move off of some of these forward pieces, I think Blake Hinson may be a guy that they bring in on occasion and he actually gets some significant time. I'd like to see him. I think this guy is a guy I think he's ready to go now. I think he's a guy that could be a real rotation piece. Again, not a star, I don't even think he's a starter level or anything like that. Could he get there? Sure, right? But to me, it's more he is a guy that comes in and gives you, 10, 15 minutes off the bench, hits a couple threes, plays some defense, grabs a couple boards, whatever, and Mel calls it a night. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited for Blake Hinson? Do you think that he is a great pickup? What did you think of the Lakers signing him to a 2-year deal? I know it's not the signing that we're all hoping for or the trade or whatever, but it's still Laker news. It's still a good pickup. Still a piece that could really make an impact and be a fixture for the Lakers for the foreseeable future. So see how it plays out. But anyway, again, how you feel, whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.